Welcome back everybody, and this is my newest acquisition in DCS, the F1 Mirage from Aergis. Absolutely fantastic plane, looks ace, plays like ace, is a pure Cold War fighter, can carry a wide variety of air-to-ground strike, weaponry and air-to-air and everything. And look at how it looks, guys. It's fantastic, it's absolutely fantastic. The lines. I always say, or I said on our Discord, that if the French designed the Starfighter instead of the Americans, this is how it looked like. And it behaves similarly as well. It doesn't turn, but it loves to go fast. And so this is, for me, a perfect addition to my virtual hangar. Looks absolutely stunning, this thing. Simple lines, but gorgeous. Now here we are on the Cold War server from Enigma. This is the early setting in the Caucasus region. And I wanted to do, that is at least the plan, some recon, because it's so incredibly useful for the team. And it also gives you a good amount of credit points that you can then spend on something else. And a couple of mistakes were made in this video, but I wanted to show these so you don't have to do the same mistakes. So here, right now, I'm approaching a sector that I wanted to do the recon in. And as you will shortly see on the map when I press F10 here, the sector I wanted to do recon in is grey. And I thought these are sectors that have not been taken by either side yet. But this turns out to be completely wrong. These sectors are basically neutral and stay neutral. So what I am doing right here, I'm flying along the map border or along the sector border as usual, because normally the enemy units would be here. And I thought they just have not been discovered yet. But as I found out later, in the chat, I asked that this is completely wrong. And and yeah, so basically there's nothing to see here. My camera is just filming the wonderful forest below me, but will never find anything else but that. So, lesson learned, I guess. And in a short while my film will run out. I think it's 110 seconds. And I will return home, or so I think. But seconds later I receive an EWR callout that a vegan is very close, and that will demonstrate another mistake I have made and that I learned not to repeat. So here is a vegan that you can clearly see, and I have my Sidewinder selected and armed and everything is ready, but I'm not getting a tone and I'm not getting the lights, the ready lights. And I was thinking at this moment, what the hell is going on? Until I remember to switch a switch. This one right there. And what this does is, it's the standard setting for the Mirage is Matra, magic. But you have to switch that to Sidewinder in case you are armed with Sidewinders. And now we're getting a tone and the ready lights in the bottom of the HUD. Which then leads to a very easy vegan kill and me going back home. By the way, the buffeting sound that you're hearing, I'm afterburning basically the whole time, and the buffeting sound that will shortly happen again is us going way too fast. It's like an 800 knots, which, if I calculated it directly or correctly, is about 1450-ish kilometers an hour, so this thing is incredibly fast. And to the landing. Next mistake. I also wanted to show you this because it's a valuable lesson. So this approach looks good, right? Gears out, flaps are out, speed is alright, engine RPM is fine, Velocity vector points to the runway in a short while. Everything is absolutely okay. But wait, what happens when I actually land? This happens. And this is not the first time this happened to me. The landing gear on the Mirage is so tall that if you overcorrect on the runway, you will flip like this. I did it because there was some crosswind and I had to correct, but I overcorrected, and that led to my flippage right there. So don't overcorrect, keep the movements really, really small with your nose wheel steering, and definitely don't use high gain nose wheel steering. And this is the second sortie, which hopefully is more successful. Another recon, and I was going to the C sectors right there, and it was because I was wondering what's in them. I never did that before. They were just empty, and obviously there can't be ground units, so what is there, right? And I saw some vessels on the sea right there, which hopefully are enemies, so that I can do recon on them. And it was flying over the targets right now, enabling the camera in a short while. We are still below 7,000 meters. That means that everything below 7,000 meters is or counts as low altitude reconnaissance. You have two cameras in your recon planes, a high altitude one and a low altitude one. Low altitude is 0 to 7,000 meters. High altitude is everything above. You do have a height limit, an altitude limit, a maximum, but I don't know that from my mind right now. Right now I'm thinking, okay, these ships likely are on camera because your camera virtual 1 is basically pointed 25 degrees off your nose and to the bottom, of course. So I stop the camera right here and turn to the right because there are more targets that I want to make visible for our team. Enabling the camera again while keeping my head on a swivel because I know the enemy base is really, really close. But I'm honestly not too worried. This Mirage is so damn fast, and in this early Cold War setting there's not a lot that can catch it. There's a saber right there, that's an enemy. I'm just enabling the afterburner and zoom away. He will never be able to follow me. Couple of there's another thing, look. I think that was an F5, but I'm not completely sure. So 2 or 4 safety flares out just in case, but I'm not super worried about it. The film has now run out and I'm going my way back to base. So this is the second landing. Let's see how Spicy did this time. It looks not as elegant as the first one. So when this thing is slow, it becomes very unstable in the yaw. So you have to pay attention to that as well. For me, I think it's even harder to land in the MiG-21. For me, personally, I don't know why. But I'm paying attention not to overcorrect again. And so I accept landing on the grass as long as I don't flip. And that looks kinda alright. At least we didn't die or sheared some wing off. So let's look and see what the surveillance says. Perfect, 12 ships. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you again in another multiplayer session. Bye bye!